Whispers in the Dark. Part 1. The Old House. My name is Anna. I never believed in ghosts, but that changed last summer. I was tired of the big city, so I decided to spend a month in the countryside. My grandmother once lived in a small village, and there was an old house she left for me. People in the village said the house was strange. They told me, "Don't stay there at night. The walls remember things." I laughed at that. I thought they were only trying to scare me. The house was beautiful but lonely. The garden was wild, the windows dusty. When I opened the door, I felt cold air, even though it was July. Still, I told myself it was only the wind. The first night was quiet. I lit a candle and read a book. But when midnight came, I heard something. It was soft like a whisper. At first, I thought it was only the wind again, but then I heard it clearly. "Anna!" My blood turned cold. I looked around, but I was alone. The whisper came again, slow and sad. "Anna." I wanted to run outside, but something stopped me. The voice was not angry. It was gentle, almost loving. I felt strange. It was as if someone invisible was sitting near me, watching me with care. I whispered back, "Who are you?" There was silence. Then the candle flickered. I felt warm for a moment, like someone touched my hand. I didn't sleep that night, but when the sun rose, I wasn't afraid anymore. I wanted to know who was calling my name, and deep inside, I felt something dangerous. The beginning of love. Whispers in the Dark Part 2. The Stranger in the Shadows. The second night in the old house was harder. I tried to be brave, but every sound made me nervous. The floor creaked under my feet. The wind pushed against the windows, and sometimes I thought I saw movement in the corners of the room. I lit 2 candles instead of 1. Their soft light made the room warmer, but I still felt watched. My book lay open on the table, but I could not read. I was waiting for the voice. And then it came. Anna. It was soft like the breath of someone standing close to my ear. My heart beat fast, but I did not run. I whispered, "Who are you?" This time the answer came. "Daniel." The name echoed inside me. Daniel. I repeated it quietly. "Daniel." The air in the room moved, though the windows were closed. The candle flame bent as if someone invisible walked past. My skin shivered. I wanted to see him, but I could see nothing, only shadows. "Why are you here?" I asked. The silence was heavy, and then I heard, "Lonely." My heart hurt. The voice was so sad, so broken. I remembered the villagers' words. The walls remember things. What if this house really kept the memory of someone who lived and died here? I went to bed but couldn't sleep. The name Daniel stayed in my mind. I dreamed of a man standing in the garden, tall and quiet, with dark hair and sad eyes. When I opened my eyes, I thought I saw the same figure near my bed. My heart almost stopped. But when I blinked, the shadow was gone. The next day I walked through the village. Old women watched me and whispered. I asked one of them, "Do you know who Daniel was?" The woman looked pale. "Child, you should not speak his name. He lived in that house long ago. People say he loved too much. He waited for his bride, but she never came back. His heart broke. Some say he died of sadness. Some say he killed himself." Her words cut through me like ice. I thanked her and walked away, but my mind was full of questions. Why was Daniel calling my name? Did he think I was her? That evening, I returned to the house. I was afraid, but also curious. I wanted to see him again. The night fell, and again the whispers came. "Anna," I whispered. "Daniel, I'm here." The candlelight shook, and then I felt it. A hand, cold but gentle, touched mine. My whole body froze, but I didn't pull away. For the first time I saw him, not clearly, but like smoke taking the shape of a man. His face was pale, his eyes dark and full of sorrow. He looked at me with such pain that I almost cried. "You are not her," he whispered. "No," I answered softly, "but I can listen. I can stay." His shadow trembled, like the air itself was crying. "Stay with me." I should have been afraid. A spirit, a ghost, was asking me to stay. But in my heart, I felt something different. His loneliness touched mine. The world had always felt cold to me, and now I saw another soul just as lost. "I will," I whispered. The room grew warm for a second, and Daniel's shadow leaned closer. It felt like the memory of a kiss brushed my cheek. I closed my eyes and let it happen. And in that moment, I knew something dangerous was beginning. I was falling in love with the man who had been dead for many years. Whispers in the Dark, Part 3. The Promise. The nights became different after that. I no longer waited for silence. I waited for him. Daniel. Every evening I lit candles in the old house, sat at the wooden table, and listened. And every evening the air grew heavy, the shadows grew deeper, and his voice returned. Sometimes he only whispered my name, like a secret between us. Sometimes I heard fragments of words, broken sentences, like pieces of a dream. "Don't leave. Stay. My bride?" I never answered too quickly. I was afraid of breaking something fragile, something hidden. But my heart began to beat for those moments when his presence touched me. One night, when the rain was falling hard outside, I asked him, "Why me? Why do you call my name?" The shadows moved, and then he appeared more clearly than ever before. He was tall, his shoulders strong, but his face was pale, almost transparent. His eyes burned with sadness and longing. "You came back," he whispered. I shook my head slowly. "I am not her, Daniel. I am Anna." But he only smiled a shadowy smile. "The house remembers. My heart remembers. You are here, and that is enough." His words made my chest ache. I wanted to tell him the truth again, but something in his voice pulled me closer. It felt like I was standing on the edge of a cliff. One more step, and I would fall. That night, I dreamed of him again. But it was not like the other dreams. This time, I was walking through the garden, wearing a white dress. Daniel waited for me under the old tree. He reached out his hand, and when I touched it, his skin was warm, alive. He looked at me with love so strong that my whole body trembled. I woke up with tears on my face. Days in the village became strange. People looked at me differently, as if they knew something. One morning, a young man stopped me on the road. He was tall, with kind eyes, and he carried wood on his back. "You should not stay in that house," he told me. "Why?" I asked. "Because the dead do not love like the living. Their love is hunger. It takes everything from you. Do you understand?" I wanted to answer, but I couldn't. Instead, I walked away quickly, though his words followed me. When night came, I sat again in the candlelight, waiting. And when Daniel's voice came, gentle as always, I asked him, "What do you want from me?" His form appeared in the corner of the room, closer than ever before. I could almost see the lines of his face, the sadness in his eyes. "I want you," he whispered. "I waited for so long. I was left alone, cold, forgotten. But now you are here. You can give me warmth again. You can give me life." His words frightened me, but they also touched me deeply. The thought of being needed, of being loved so completely, was like fire in my chest. "But I am alive," I whispered. "And you?" "You are not." His figure trembled, like smoke in the wind. Then he leaned closer, and I felt his cold lips brush my skin. My body shivered, but I didn't move away. "I can be alive again," he said softly. If you stay, if you promise never to leave me. That night I could not sleep. His words filled my head. I can be alive again. What did it mean? Could a ghost truly return? Or was I slowly losing myself, mixing dreams and reality? In the morning, I went to the village again. I found the same old woman I had spoken with before. She looked at me with fear in her eyes. You have seen him, she said quietly. I nodded. Child, listen to me. Love from the other side is dangerous. He will want more and more. He will take your days, your nights, your soul. That is how such spirits survive. Do not give him a promise. Her words burned in my heart. Do not give him a promise. But that night, when Daniel came again, I could not resist. His voice was soft, full of longing. His shadow leaned close, and I felt his arms, cold but tender, around me. Anna, he whispered, stay with me. Forever. I closed my eyes. The world outside the house seemed far away. There was only his voice, his presence, his sorrow. I wanted to heal it. I wanted to believe I could. I will stay, I whispered. At that moment, the whole house seemed to breathe. The walls groaned, the candles flickered high, and Daniel's form grew stronger. For a second, his face was almost real. Pale skin, dark hair, eyes shining with joy and hunger. You are mine, he whispered. At last. A shiver ran through me, but I did not step back. I felt both fear and strange happiness. I had made a promise. I belonged to him now, and deep inside, I knew the old woman was right. This love was dangerous, but it was already too late. Final part. The last night came with no moon. The house was silent, waiting. Daniel stood before me, no longer a shadow, his face pale but alive, his eyes burning with endless hunger. The candles died. Darkness swallowed the room, and I knew I would never leave the old house again. Forever his, forever lost.